on blast.
My whip drop like bitches' asses. Cargo, ready to package. Paid up. I see haters watching, so fucking turn it up. Let these bitches drop it. My whip
All right, guys, it's been way too long. We're back, and as always, we're unpolished and unapologetic. We are the On Blast podcast. But it's summertime. Everyone's busy in the summer. Everyone's got plans.
We all have jobs now in the summer.
We all have jobs, which is tough trying to shuffle and get together with your friends and do all that. But the thing that's made that also tough, or extra tough, is the weather's been crap.
Where have you been, Summer?
Bullshit.
What's going on? Dear Summer.
Dear Summer.
DL asked me the other day how many days in July have been over 30 degrees, and the answer is not really. If you go to AccuWeather.com and they give you a calendar of how the month's been by day, only 2 days. Two days got to 30.
Wow.
Not above. There was no 31s. There were no 32s. There were no 33s. There were no 34s.
We had a 31 with the
30s. I don't know about that Humidex though, dog. Sometimes people by the water don't feel that.
That's true.
Right? So it's not a genuine Toronto heat like that dirty ass 40-degree days that I remember. Yeah. You know, around this time of year.
But you got to look at it. There's pros and cons of this. Like swass. Anybody? No one got that swass?
Baby powder. Baby powder was invented to be thrown down men's underwear.
Was it?
I believe so.
I think it was for babies' bottoms, but we'll check that out like a little
Babies
later.
grow up, but
That's
anyways.
a cover-up. That's a cover-up.
Just gave it a cute name because it does a dirty job.
But the thing, too, about the summertime, especially in our city, there's so much going on. That, like, even when you do try to make plans, I always feel like I miss something. Like, for example, I've still never been to Beer Fest. And that's, I'm like, disappointed in myself.
Yeah.
For that. Like, I don't know how. I've always been working, or there's always been something else going on.
Something else that just trumps it. There's
something
else
that always going on.
I'm pretty sure the scheduling of Beer Fest happens along the lines of Digital Dreams and whatever else, like Pride, if you're into that. You know,
did you go to Digital Dreams?
I did. I don't remember a thing.
No, I was working at Pride. I was doing my own Digital Dreams party.
Yeah, I meant to get to Pride, but too hungover, too turned from Digital.
Party was pretty good.
Yeah,
but it was crazy.
I saw the pictures, the double rainbow shit. That was amazing.
You know what though? That's a good example because that particular weekend in Toronto, like we were setting up a really big exhibit. You know, and we were doing all this type of stuff
for work. Right?
Yeah, for sure. And like just trying to get like equipment, gear, people to set the shit up. Like there was 5 big festivals happening in Toronto that one weekend.
Yeah. Insane.
Like trying to get trusting. It's like, hey, I'm like short a few feet. They're like, we have nothing.
Nothing.
I'm like, I need this particular type of speakers and board. They're like, we don't have anything.
But isn't that the beauty of Toronto? Like, because Toronto, we talk about it all the time as being such a big city, but really it's small. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's big.
Nothing happens
in the context of Toronto, but I mean in the context of Canada.
Yeah.
Right? It's big. But, like, it's really small. And so when there's so many things going on at the same time, you run into issues where you're like, oh, yeah.
I think another problem with that is that Toronto is not that big, like you're saying, but it's so hard to get around that you can't do more than one.
It's like how long to get across.
Like what the fuck?
Due to Caravana traffic, let's just chalk it up to that. America.
Well, speaking of big festivals, I always like this time of year too because, well, my birthday's always Caravana weekend.
Shout out.
And my parents are Trini, so you know,
shout
I'm
out.
a Caravana baby.
Jump up and raise a flag.
Hey, get something in with.
I'm going
to the cottage.
And that was the Minority Report with Ryan DL. Like you guys didn't see that coming.
No, but I always
for a lot of athleticism in the city.
Hey, LeBron James is hosting a party here like tomorrow.
Yeah,
which is funny. Like if
get
you
your money up, it's like $200 tickets, isn't it?
No, it's not.
70. I don't know.
So. I don't think it's anything stupid like that. But like the poster's pretty funny because it's like the King returns. LeBron James with Tristan Thompson. I'm like, hold on a second here. Tristan Thompson's from Toronto. Shouldn't it be Tristan Thompson with LeBron James?
Yeah.
No.
But who's putting the money up for the party?
Where's
Tristan ain't got that money.
Party?
He's probably just there too. I don't know.
Yeah, he's there
in Minnesota.
He's a cat.
Let's not go there now.
The trade hasn't.
Let's not go there now.
Okay, we're gonna get to that in a second. But let's get back to the Toronto weather. Let me hear some pros and let me hear some cons from everybody.
There's no pros to the weather not being good. What's the pro?
Okay, the pro. Those that like sweater weather. got to enjoy it.
There's something
in the middle
called
of
fall.
summer.
Yeah, y'all can enjoy goddamn October all you want.
Yeah, there's fall and spring.
Yeah.
There's two
dumb.
sweater weather seasons.
Okay, so if you're a senior citizen with respiratory problems and 30+ degree weather,
There's
guess
air
what?
conditioning.
Move or wear a mask? Next question.
We all wear a mask.
I give up. I give up.
You know what? It's tough because even last year, I remember last year, a bunch of us rented a cottage a weekend around here, right? I think it was this long weekend. And we went up and it was fucking freezing. And I was like, there's no way in hell that the August 1st long weekend is cold.
You are in Northern Ontario.
That's a huge letdown.
I was in Thornbury. It's like an hour and a half.
It's a
from here.
letdown.
It's not even. And the same thing's happening in this year. So a friend of mine, friend of ours, who lives in Hong Kong, we went to go visit.
Yes.
Chef Arik, shout out.
Shout out Arik and Allison.
After we came back from Hong Kong, he sends me this article online. I could probably find it on my Facebook site where he posted it, and it said basically that the jet streams are changing.
Yeah.
And that's why we had such a very long and shitty winter.
Yeah.
And now we're going to have a cooler and cooler summers moving forward, which is super disappointing.
I don't like that at
So
all.
does that mean,
No.
and pardon my racism, but does that mean the Indian does that mean the Indian summer that we're so used to having that extends well into September? Does that mean that this is RIP to the Indian summer?
Well, I don't know. I think Indian summer is like when it gets cold and it gets warm again later on.
No. That's you're thinking of the January thaw.
Whatever.
Okay, the Indian summer. The Indian summer is a
Harold Hussein over here.
The Indian summer, no, because it happens in January. And
Get your gardening tools out today.
No, so the Indian summer is like an extended amount of warm weather well into the fall.
Okay,
like back
okay.
to school
Did
time.
you know that Hurricane Harold Hussein was actually a calypso singer as well? Speaking of Carabana.
Doesn't surprise me.
I like how we just came back full circle.
Anyway.
Hey,
Sorry,
but
I hear
that's the
that.
thing though. Like Hurricane Harold, he'd be at Carabana like he was their guy doing the parade route.
Harold,
And now,
like Harold Hussein was
Harold
Hurricane
Hussein, Hurricane Harold, Calypsonian.
God damn.
Look it up, man.
It's a great name. He
Hurricane-
really thought
what
about
is it?
that. He is a
Right? He's a
meteorologist.
weatherman.
Jump
See what he
up.
did there?
Anyway. Okay,
You
there we
just
go.
caught
I
that now?
just caught that now. I just caught that now.
But yeah,
Special
I don't know,
grade.
man. There's nothing. I remember hot fucking summers in Toronto. Like,
Yeah.
Like
very
as I
hot.
said, I'm
Very
a
hot.
as I said, I'm a
Last year.
Carabana baby, right? So like my uncle, who passed away now, R.I.P. He was one of the people who like started Carabana in the city of Toronto way back when, right? And so he had a band every year, and I was in the parade. Like I'd have a costume, I'd do whatever. I'm in the parade every single year for my whole childhood. Right?
Nice.
And I honestly remember maybe 2 or 3 years where it rained or it was cold.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Like
No, that
every
particular
year,
weekend. This
Yeah,
particular weekend
it's
is
always
always
hot.
hot.
Always
You
hot.
can
The
count
hottest.
on it.
Yeah.
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 It was the dead of summer. It should be hot.
Right?
should be,
Am I right or what? Like,
Yeah, you're right.
You know?
But I mean, like, shit. You forget about the polar vortex and what it, how it impacted
no
Not
idea.
a
the jet
scientist.
stream.
Not
Yeah.
a scientist.
When did Greg turn into Bill Nye the Science
I
Guy?
think it might be the other way. The changing
I've
jet
always-
stream caused the polar vortex.
That's
but,
it.
But anyways, look, hey, hey.
Motherfucker, you're no expert either, but
No,
I believe you.
I read some shit on the
Enjoy.
internet. I don't half the
Just
shit on
'cause
the
you
internet.
read it on the
bullshit.
internet
I don't know.
doesn't
No
mean
wonder
it's
in the
true.
states that no one can get any reasonable sort of climate control legislation around because everyone just reads headlines
Yeah.
and nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about.
Like, why are we talking
don't
about the
know.
weather
It
machine?
could be like 40
Holmes?
degrees tomorrow.
It's true.
No, man, it's bullshit. It's I want my money back. I'm fucking
From what, the weather?
I've kept my receipt for the last 31 years. I'm ready. I'm gonna
well,
cash
like,
out. It
yeah,
might be enough for me to move from Toronto.
So-
we were
America.
we were talking about
Might be enough.
I love this city,
Can't do it.
but
Getting
like
old.
after last
joints.
winter, I'm just like, yo, we earned
joints.
this, and
We didn't
Summer's
get
not
it.
here.
Summer's not here.
summer's not here
And,
yet.
as
and-
we'd like to
No,
close.
I get pasty, man. I need
Yeah,
the
like,
fucking
where's your
sun.
tan, dude?
Exactly.
Even I
Where's
got
my
a tan this summer. Check this shit out. Zoom in on that. For all you motherfuckers
Nobody's
that
zooming
say
in on it.
black people don't tan, look at that, motherfuckers. Read it and weep.
Shitty tat. I'm just kidding. Is that what you're showing?
We're gonna edit that out.
What you gonna do with it?
Anyways,
How is Stitches doing?
Stitches is great. He's got a new single out, a new video.
Has
I'm a
anybody seen the
Gangsta.
video for Mail?
Yeah.
Have you seen the video for Mail
I played
yet?
it for you the day you were here, the first day. Both
video
videos
for Mail?
were,
No.
yeah.
Why do we always
So-
talk about Stitches?
Because Stitches is dope.
Hard as shit.
It was
bro.
supposed to be the summer of Stitches. It's not.
It is the summer of Stitches.
It is
Have
not.
you not been blasting
Hold
Stitches?
But then again,
Did you guys know that Stitches,
yeah.
like the whole Miami Heat team was bumping the Stitches,
Yeah.
and like they were playing his song like
Yeah, I
in
heard
the
that.
arena pregame and all
Yeah.
that? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I heard
Obviously,
it
they were
during the
playing an
pregame.
edited version.
Did you
in the arena,
know
but
that-
it was like one of their tunes, like
Yeah, man.
LeBron and
That-
number one.
I
you
still
hyped up.
stand by my assumption that he's a fraud whose like dad is like an investment banker.
Well, there's an interesting article interview that you should listen to because he was on.
Calling you out, Stitches.
Ooh, be careful, man. Yo, man, I ain't trying to.
I don't
yeah,
know.
the opinions expressed are those of Ryan DL and Ryan DL only. They do not reflect the associates of the On Blast podcast.
Yeah.
Soft.
But the Stitches went on Dan Lebitard's radio show. Dan Lebitard is like an ESPN guy. He's the king of Miami, pretty much. His sports radio show, and he had on Stitches, and they did like a full length interview with them. And I'm just gonna say you should listen to it because
I've listened to that. I'm not mad at that at all.
Not mad,
But like,
It's interesting.
if this was the summer of Stitches, why have we only heard like 2-3 songs? Like, shouldn't he be?
Well, Summer of Stitches
Well, I
was
mean, they
coined
don't-
by a beer.
They don't
So-
play Stitches on like Flow 93.5. You know what I mean?
What's
like,
wrong with that? Is it
But they
because
because they don't.
should.
Because
they should?
can't. It's
Does
too
anyone
real.
listen to Flow 93.5?
Man,
I've checked in sometimes
Yeah.
in the car. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
if I'm
It's
in
like,
a cab
you were
drunk
gonna-
at night.
it's like Tarzan Dan's on that shit
No,
now,
it's-
and he's like playing
for
like
real?
Smashing Pumpkins
Is that for
or
real?
bullshit.
Fuck
No, I
no,
don't know. It's just
Where's
garbage
Tarzan Dan?
right now
Is
or
he
something.
around?
He just seemed really weird.
But did you guys check Stitches' Instagram? And if you haven't,
It's fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious.
It's fucking hilarious.
He was so coked out on a fucking bender that he was riding on the freeway, and he basically took a $10,000 gold chain, held it out the window, and threw it out the sunroof, and said the first fan to find this on the highway can keep it.
Well, obviously.
Well, yeah. It's not like he's going back.
Did you really?
There's a few other ones like where he's like he finds like a yellow Camaro in the
find
parking
it,
lot.
turn it
Have you
to
seen
me.
that one?
He's like,
No.
He's
Where
like,
he
the
finds-
first man to find it will get shot.
We're trying to post. We should try to post on the thing. It's, he finds like a yellow Camaro with black stripes, like Bumblebee, in a parking lot. He's like runs up to it,
screams
just
at
like
it?
screams, like starts banging on it. Be like, Bumblebee, wake up! I got cocaine. Bumblebee, wake up! It's good shit, man. It's 15
shit.
seconds of comedy, which
That's
I
his
appreciate
Instagram?
from a
Yeah,
from a
man.
character.
What is his Instagram shit
It's
called?
at Stitches TMI.
At Stitches TMI, yeah.
Underscore TMI. It's Stitches
Yeah.
TMI. Who knows?
Something like
What
that.
you gonna do with it?
Look it up.
My whip drop like bitches' asses. Cargo, ready to package. Paid up. I see haters watching, so fucking turn it up. Let these bitches drop it. My whip drop.
For them,
like
not
bitches'
for us.
asses.
He's not a gigolo. Oh, there's something we really have to talk about.
Really? Go on.
Panhandling Ashy Larry came up to the car. This nigga had a fade.
Who?
The Ashy Larry crackhead, black guy. He had a fade.
Oh, for real?
Like clean, like everything was.
It is Caravana weekend.
But that's fucked up. That's the problem I have with it.
And his Tim Hortons cup was like all.
Just cracky. Just cracky. Like he checked the roll up the rim, but it didn't have the promotion of roll up the rim on the side. So he's just rolling it. Like,
Yeah.
Maybe
No,
today.
that's just what you do.
To follow up with your Ashy Larry with the pretty fade story, I was saying that I was at Scarborough Town Center a few months back before I went to Cabo. I needed to get my passport renewed, and the building is either you go downtown or you go to the one beside Scarborough Town Center, which is closer to my house. So I ventured to Scarborough Town Center, which is always an adventure.
Indeed.
So while I'm walking through to the mall, there's a dude wearing fresh, like all black, clean Adidas shell toes, normal jeans, and like a black t-shirt. And the guy had like salon dreads, not like Rastafari, like they're gruffier. And
No, like
the man's like
tidy,
clean,
yeah.
like,
One
tidy.
level beard shave.
Yeah.
He's like a
And
young
the guy
Ziggy Marley or
the
something.
guy was asking me for change. And it caught me so off guard that I actually said, "Excuse me, what'd you say?" He's like, "Yeah, can I get some change? Like, you have any change you could spare, man?" And I'm like, no. And at that point, like, I pulled the full, like, up and down checkout, like I'm checking out a girl or something, because I was so confused, right? I pulled the full out, like, no. I was so confused. It was the weirdest thing ever.
Notice how the guy didn't say for what. Because usually some panhandler was like, yo, man, I just need like $2 to get on the subway. He was just like straight up, yo, can I have some change?
You look
like but the thing was, the month later when I went to pick up my passport, now, right? The same guy was there. So I was like, this is his job. Like, that's his hustle.
That's his hustle.
That's the thing, man. When you're asking for money outside of the mall.
It's a loose term for hustle.
Yeah.
Right? Hey, not everyone's hustle is hard, right? Yeah.
Dope Fiend works hard, man. Dope Fiend works hard.
But is he working hard, or is he just shamefully...
Fresh shell toes, Salon Dreads. That's not just the beeswax that you fucking...
Remember like 5 years ago when the Sun produced that article on the Gypsy Lady of Toronto, and they went into her house and like flat screen and everything?
No, the best
At least she had a costume, a uniform, if you might say.
She like they like followed her, and she like made her, so they're watching her and she's just like shaking or something. I remember her. She was at Young and Bloor and Young and Eglinton all the time. And they followed her, and she just made a turn, and then she just like Kaiser Soze like lost the limp. And, like, it was amazing. But yeah, no, she's committed to the bit. I don't feel like this guy's committed.
Like the fucking shaky hand lady. She's still alive, by the way.
She's real.
I see her every day.
She's not.
Yeah, the Tony Yayo day.
Yeah, I see Sean Dundas.
I
know who I'm talking about. Have you seen her before?
No, but the fact is, like, I literally see her around the same spot every day, and I'm usually like in the same spot the same day when I'm on my way to work. I usually leave at the same
she
time.
She thinks you're the homeless person.
Exactly. No. But
this guy again. Wait a minute, motherfucker.
No, but like she's
Get a job.
In spite of the fact that she's like a crazy person who dresses not a crazy person. She has some like mental issues because she does like the Tony Yayo dance constantly.
I guess.
Well, no, but I mean, like, she's not like she has a mental disorder, but she's always in the same place. So she's on a schedule.
Sadly,
she's on a schedule, man. She knows where she's gonna be.
It's gonna be a bit more like that. There you go. Now you're talking.
He just touched your piece.
Docile tones.
No, but the thing that made it more messed up, like on our ride over here, was because we were driving across by we were at the Hooker Harvey's. Yeah.
Shout out Hooker Harvey's.
So we were driving through that intersection.
Cracky Asian approached us from this side. I went.
It was like a two-sided attack. We were getting hit from both sides.
When have you ever seen the two-sided attack?
Like, no, man, they're getting smart.
Brother man from Hooker Harvey's came this way. She came this way. And like I did the window up from here, but then I saw him.
I'm just like, nah.
He had the crack ashy patches, but then it didn't hit me until he like turned around and walked away. Like, our shit's clean. Look at that line.
I just came from a barbershop.
Right, I'm a couple weeks overdue.
This motherfucker, when he turned around with his roll up the rim cup with no roll up the rim promotion on it, left, and I looked at the back of his neck and it was clean. You've seen mine. You've seen mine. After 2 weeks.
And this goes all back. You know, you can do some detective work and really hollering at the social hub of which is the barbershop.
What? You
and go holler at Lloyd and say,
yo,
did you line up a dude who might have had bad skin?
Hey, Lloyd's still there. It has to be, right?
Hey, man.
Of course.
Lineups went up. Lineups went up $5 in the last 5 years. Okay, $5 in the last 5 years.
The inflation of lineups is inevitable.
Remember when it used to be a quick $5 and a loony tip?
What's a haircut?
Now it's $10 for a lineup.
I just always get.
You just get the full everything, yeah.
I got
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I got once recently. I won't say where it was, but I got after there's a lineup, right, and then there's the fresh up. You got to cut recently to a fresh up.
Yeah.
It's the evolution of a lineup. It's a little bit more.
You get the hot towel on your face.
It's like a tier 2 fresh up.
I charge $20 for fresh up. I say, hold on.
$20 charges for the fresh up.
Hold on.
Wait. Can we peel this back and make it a little more CBS?
Sure.
So people know what the fresh up is, because, I mean, everybody else.
Right. I was trying to explain to him. I got a haircut.
Try to explain
a week before, and this happened to be a week later. And I'm saying, you know what? It's too early for a lineup.
Yeah.
Having said that, my fade is starting to grow in. I could use a fresh up to go back to the original desired hair length in all segments of my fade.
Yeah.
So yes, $20 for fresh up. I was a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, I'm like, it's 2014.
A fresh up is a haircut now. Because there's guys that do. There's guys that do
haircuts every week.
So what is it? I guess when you breach the top part of the fade, it's now a haircut.
When they take a one level and just clean you up, that's considered a cut.
Yeah, I think so.
It's
What's
considered
the
a cut.
fucking world come to, man?
I just when I need a haircut, which I need one now, and I'm gonna go on probably Friday because I have Friday off. I'm just gonna say, can I have a haircut? And I'm gonna give them money.
See,
I'm just gonna go home the rest of my day.
You know the thing
you should
that he
consider a
doesn't.
fresh up, actually.
You know
No, I just need like a full haircut.
You people don't. The thing that you people don't come into contact with is the Friday night lineup.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. It's Friday. It's like 5, 6 o'clock, and you know they're closing at 7. When it's Caravana weekend, our people, there's a fucking lineup at the door.
Yeah,
you gotta call ahead from work like an hour before you're leaving work. Like, Morris,
and that still doesn't work.
Morris,
No.
I need you. I'll be there at 5:13. I can be in your chair at 5:15.
Do you know what though?
Please.
Why is it
hold
so
my spot.
hectic? I just
Because
be like,
everybody
hey, here's
needs
the
to be
number.
Fresh,
No,
man.
No, but I'm like, when I
Yeah.
need a haircut, I'm gonna be like, hey, I'll call you in advance, or I won't, and I'll just show
You
up.
guys show up because you guys don't have
You
the lineup.
guys. You guys.
I change it for
Hold on,
people.
doesn't like the white barbershops and like salons, don't they have like appointments? Because that's starting to like that's starting to seep in.
But
No,
I mean,
but that's starting to seep into like the black barbershop.
Yeah.
That's the next evolution of the black barbershop, which is fine, which I find interesting because like it'll never work.
No.
Yeah, no.
Black
There's
people
no
aren't on
book.
time
Like,
for the
yeah, you're
fucking
coming tomorrow at
appointments.
4? All right, that's it. No, there's no book or anything. Just hope that he
Yeah, it's all up
remembers.
here.
It was always
It's all
so
up
funny.
here.
It got to the point where my old boss, like one of my old bosses at the old place I used to work at, I used to just be like, yeah, man, I'm sorry, man. The black barbershop got me today. And like after so many years, he understood, right? Like it's just like, I just can't explain it. Like dudes are talking, and the worst, like you're getting a haircut, and you know it's bad when the guy turns off the clippers.
Yeah.
to talk,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because like he'll be cutting your hair and he'll be talking.
yeah.
He's talking while he's cutting your hair, but then he turns off to like make his point. Like, no, man, LeBron is the best player in the league, man.
Yeah.
LeBron's better than Kobe.
Yeah.
And starts cutting it again.
And then the
That's
phone
why
call
it takes
comes
so
in.
long.
And this is the worst one. When he tilts his head to hold the
To
phone.
use the phone,
and you know
yeah,
he's
yeah.
trying to square
Yeah.
you up, but his head is going this way.
Yeah.
And you walk out with something on a 45 degree
Yeah.
like that. See, your people don't
My
have
barber
to deal
is
with
a
that.
goddamn professional. She doesn't do that shit.
I know. It's true, though.
My whip drop like bitches' asses. Cargo, ready to package. Paid up. I see haters watching, so fucking turn it up. Let these bitches drop it. My whip
That makes
drop.
no sense.
Well, actually, one of the funny things, speaking of like ticket prices, I remember there were rumors. I think there were rumors last year about Wiki saying that he wanted to have a section in the ACC for Leaf games where it would be cheap tickets,
Like Sprite Zone.
yeah, basically like the Sprite Zone.
Yeah.
But even there was talk of like maybe they give away tickets, like just to have an atmosphere where you could at least have a
Actual
little
rowdy
section where you have
fans.
real fans in there making noise. Because like part of the problem is when you go to a Leaf game,
It's silent
quiet.
for
I
like
don't know
the
though.
first
Like,
2 periods.
well, no. Sorry, no. It absolutely is like 100%. But there are areas like, especially in the upper bowl, that are pretty rowdy.
for sure.
Not
but
rowdy.
like,
Sorry,
but like
it's not
for-
rowdy. It's just like at least they're lively. They're not like,
Like,
you know,
whatever, man.
They're not,
When's the last
they're
time
not
anyone-
talking to their clients the entire time.
When's the
That's
last
all
time
I
any of
want.
us have been to a Leaf game?
It's been a while. I didn't go last year.
Crickets.
My last game might have been with you in
I think I went the year
2007.
before last year.
Crickets. Yeah, I think
I went
it
the year
was
before
2 years
last year. I
ago.
didn't go last season, but
2
I didn't
years
even
ago.
go to a Raptor game. I haven't been to a Raptor game like
I've
2
been
years.
to
'Cause I've been
I steady.
working.
I hit the playoffs.
All the games I was gonna go to, I
keep
ended up having to work.
Yeah.
like,
It's
that
easier
night,
to
and
get
it's
to a
like-
Raptor game. Like, albeit all things considered, it's way
Yeah,
easier.
because all the corporate
to get
dudes are
to a
giving
thing.
away their Raptors.
But, like,
Fair enough. So I'll take
come with
it.
their package.
Take it all
Yeah.
day, right? And but that's the thing with Leafs.
That's gonna change going into this season for sure. You think you're gonna get those fucking like client tickets now? No, the Raptors are the hottest ticket in Toronto. Oh come on,
TFC,
guys.
you guys.
Are you guys?
TFC.
never gonna happen.
TFC is the hottest ticket.
It's never gonna happen. The
Guys,
Leafs-
we
No,
look
Leafs-
at
Leafs kill,
look
man.
at what the Raptors did to
doesn't
Toronto.
matter.
Yeah, but Leafs crush, man. Leafs
Of course,
crush.
I'm just saying.
the Leafs don't have to make
don't
the
think
playoffs
you're-
to crush Toronto.
No, but I'm saying don't think you're gonna get those Friday night premium game Raptors tickets from
Right.
that
No, I
booklet
hear
of the
ya.
bank.
I hear ya.
It's become like it's right up there with the Leaf excitement now. Like
It's almost like the casual Jays fan that we've seen over the last few years is like, oh shit, the Raptors went to the playoffs this year. This is kind of cool. Like, we're gonna watch some Raptors games. We're gonna watch
Or
some more
it's
ones.
like you guys that I'm sure are really into the Jays these days.
so into the Jays.
I can't lie, man.
So
I've
into
just
the Jays.
like
In or you're not in?
no. I just overall as I've gotten older, I think baseball bores the fuck out of me.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I only
Like,
go
I
to
just
the
can't.
games to drink.
I just can't do it. But lately,
I went to a game last Tuesday. It was awesome.
Well, I was saying, like, I was at a game last Thursday. But
Here it is. Here it is.
Lately, I've been tuning in like the 8th or 9th inning to see where they're at, see how things are going.
As long as you accepted your bandwagoning.
I fully accept. I fully declare, and I accept that I'm
bandwagoning if it's your hometown.
Yeah,
I think not.
Yeah, but I mean,
shut up, not.
But the bottom
absolutely not.
The bottom line is
we were all fucking kids once, and we were all Jays fans as kids.
I don't even know.
That's fair. No, 100%. We sang the song at school.
If it's your home team,
yeah,
I
but
think not.
Generally, I'm just like baseball. Just kind of just.
I don't understand how those two things are connected.
When I was at the game, it was fun, but when I watched it on TV, it's impossible.
I was listening to.
Can't sit still for that long.
Maybe Bill Simmons wrote it, but he was just talking about how funny it is that with the World Cup just ending, we get reminded once again of how easy of a viewer sport soccer is. Like, it's a set amount of time. You know it's going to take about 2 hours, maybe extra time. But that's what it is. Like, baseball games, sometimes you to expect someone now to sit on their couch for 3.5, 4 hours.
The game's got to change.
A baseball game.
Well, it's more passive. You can sort of just like
leave it on.
You'd be like, I know the 7th inning is gonna come. Maybe I'll just like take a shower.
So it's like you either have to go, but you either like
I'll go to
have
the gym and it's still gonna be on when I get back.
Yeah. That's true.
Like the dome's still not packed. Like I was at the Red Sox game last week.
Yeah, I was at the Red Sox first game.
I'm actually surprised.
It was all right, but it's not.
I'm actually surprised this year,
it.
considering like especially a couple months ago they were really in it, and obviously like early in the season, and now they're in it like fully, like they're in a playoffs position right now. I'm surprised how few people go to the game.
Isn't this the time where we cannot as like citizens and like fans of the Jays and citizens of the city, isn't it up to us now to help them get that push into the fucking fall classic?
I totally agree, but it doesn't make
what?
That
fans
does not
don't do shit.
That does not make me not a bandwagoner. I have to accept the fact that.
If you think about it, they need us more than we just need them to make it to September to start going and cheer them on in the playoffs. We, as fucking Torontonians, should be at these games in between now and October.
Make no mistake.
Screaming.
Make no mistake,
right
dude.
Now.
Make no mistake. There could be nobody in the stands from now until September. The first playoff game, all 60,000 seats will be sold out.
For sure.
100%. That's just how we work, man. This is how we do.
If they were making it to the playoffs, like let's say they get to the final weekend of the season, and they're tied, meaning they have to win and you're in, or losing you're out.
Then we're going to come out?
Yeah, it'll be packed every single game.
Why can't we do that now until the end of September?
Why didn't you do that when they were shitty?
Yes.
Tough economy,
because we had a shitty team. Now we have an actual contending team.
Do you know what a bandwagon fan is? What is a bandwagon? No, hold up. Actually, let's go around the table. What is a bandwagon fan? Definition.
It's someone who follows a team when they're
or
only
a
good.
Player.
Okay,
only when they're winning, yes.
Or
that's
a
right,
player.
right?
That's what it is, yeah.
Hey, man,
so where are we
people that have
I'm going to go the other way.
How did I get here?
Hold on, but
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills with people.
But I'm going to go the other way on this, because I feel like part of the onus has to be on baseball to remain exciting and like keep you in it.
Yeah.
No. But if you don't like
the games
it,
take too long.
If you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't not like it because it's boring, and then like it because the team does well.
No, I'm saying
that's exactly the position that I'm in.
That's Toronto.
First of all,
too long
with everything.
If they want people to enjoy the games, fucking extend the beer to the 9th and not cut it off at the 7th. What are you doing? I like to drink, and when you say, sorry, sir, it's the 7th inning, I can't drink anymore, you know where I'm going? Across the street to finish the game.
You know what? There's a whole different conversation we can have on how to speed up the game of baseball.
Can we?
It's just like, can't sit still for that long, can't do it. When I'm at the game, it's different. Because even when we were at the game last Thursday, watching the game was a portion of it, and there was other things that were going on, right? Like, we would just go walk around, have a pint, whatever, eat some food away from your seats.
It's not an amusement park,
funny.
Holmes.
It's like it should be. It's how it is in San Francisco.
It's not a fucking amusement park.
But it should be.
It should be.
Why? Why should it be?
The game's so long right now.
The game should be entertaining, not amusing.
I'm perfectly content just watching the game, drink beers.
Yeah.
And that's it.
What, are you one of those
you
guys
will
that
run out
like
of beer before
have
the
the
game's
fucking
over?
program
That's the
in
problem.
your hand?
It's a long,
At the top of the 7th, you get 3 beers,
and your beer in a
then you go back to your seat, and then by the time it's the 9th inning, you're drinking the warmest beer you've ever had in your life. It's great.
I think the problem is the beer.
No. The problem is though, like, what is the answer? Because you look at other sports to see like what do other sports do, and like I think Raptor games get cheesy when they're making a huge run, they call a 20-second timeout, and then they play like YMCA. Like, no, the crowd's cheering, everyone's going crazy. Just let the crowd cheer through the entire timeout and then start the game again. Don't play YMCA. That has never motivated anybody ever to do anything other than go YMCA.
But how many real basketball fans were at Raptors games? That's the thing. Toronto's a bit different that way.
That's true.
Toronto's a bit different that way.
But you heard how loud we were.
I hear you because I have the same beef at Raptors game at certain times.
Yeah,
I hear you.
I'm like,
but
I hear you.
What about if we took a page out of football?
If chance the whole game?
No. What if? Well, chance. Yes, that's one.
That'd be cool.
But what if we put a set block time on baseball? Whereas if you are tied in the bottom of the ninth going into the 10th, what if you just made a sudden death 10th inning?
Like first score,
10th inning.
So
when the players
2.5 hours, so it might even be the 7th inning maybe, but it's like we've hit our time limit.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are a bunch of heathens.
We're just thinking. We're just welcome to On Blast, where we talk shop and talk shit.
This is like me saying, because I don't watch all that much soccer besides like EPL, which be like, or like, I'd be like, someone go up to someone who's like really into cricket, some like guy from India, and be like, you know what, this could use some fucking like explosions where there's like a mortar round in the ground, and if you step on it, you explode. How about the game's just fine, and you guys just don't like it?
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
if you don't like it,
everybody
you can't
can agree.
act like you like it when your team's good.
But that's life. That is
I
society
enjoy
in
baseball.
2014.
Oh, I know. No, that's just the way it works. You know, like the Heat fans, where are they going to be next
There's
year?
a different reason.
You
why...
guys are Heat fans.
No. Hold on.
You guys are Toronto Blue Jays.
No, there's a different reason why a Torontonian will support the Jays and not like fucking baseball versus why Heat fans are Heat fans. It's like, it's Toronto, the only Canadian team, kind of playing all the
I don't have a lot of patriotism for the rest of Canada, nor do you.
I don't really do, but
I get a nosebleed if I go west of Dufferin. Like I like Toronto. I like Toronto and Montreal, and the rest of Canada is just kind of a garbage fire.
No, but seriously
I don't
though,
even know
man.
what to say to
No, man, it's true. It's like
translation. I think he means fuck the West Coast.
It's like you see Toronto doing well, and you're happy. It doesn't matter what they're doing.
I concur.
It doesn't matter what they're doing, man. If Toronto's doing well, then you have reason to support that.
Yes.
It just so happens they play a fucking boring ass sport that needs to be updated.
But like
they updated all the other fucking sports
you can
over the
say,
last 100 years.
You can say
motherfuckers can just stop mid-play. Umpire goes like this.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? How about this? Get rid of the balk.
Here, man.
Get rid of the balk.
How about this?
Get rid of the fucking balk.
There's like a balk every like 3 months.
What?
There's like no box.
Get rid of the
balk. This guy really isn't paying attention.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. I kind of shut off during the year.
I think whoever's in charge of changing any sort of rules, because every sport has like rules.
If you steal home,
every sport has rule changes every year, right? Like very minor. I guess baseball's probably.
Get rid of the balk.
A lot of sports have changes every once in a while. I just hope that the person that's in charge of making those rules in the off season watches more of that sport than you guys do.
It's true,
because you guys can't be like, I don't watch any of this game, but this is what needs to improve.
It needs to get better. And in closing, go Leafs.
If you steal home plate, it's worth 2.
I like that.
Right?
Oh, hold up! I'm about to change the baseball game here. Are you waiting for me?
Yeah.
2 balls.
Oh my god.
They play with 2 balls.
That is mayhem.
He throws a ball, and like if the guy hits it or not, and
or
then he like
pitch.
Yeah, sure.
Just make it 2 ball.
No, see,
anyway,
like no, but that's actually an apt analogy. Like someone who doesn't watch hockey would be like, just throw $2 on there. Just throw $2 and see what happens.
The difference is I used to watch baseball, and now I just can't do it all the time anymore.
So let's
all right. So you're committed then.
Here we are.
That's what I mean. You're committed.
We were children then.
If they're good, you can't be like, go Jays.
We couldn't drink. So now we drink.
Of course I can be go Jays. I live in the city. Go Jays.
All right.
I paid the $11 beers at the Sky Dome.
I give up.
On blast. My whip drop like bitches' asses. Cargo ready to package, paid up. I see haters watching, so fucking turn it up. Let these bitches drop it.
Can I tell a story though? So like further to Greg's point about like these young kids. Well, so last night, I went to the Wiz Khalifa Young Jeezy concert. Yeah. And I went to this concert because I love Young Jeezy, and that's why I was there. I love Wiz. Wiz Khalifa was the headliner, and it's called the Under the Influence Tour.
Yeah.
So as a surprise to no one, everybody is smoking weed.
Yeah.
Okay? I did not smoke weed, but yet I felt like I was high as fuck. And we were outside.
Yeah,
man.
Like,
weird. Like,
that's efficiencies right there, man.
Canadian weed is loud as fuck.
Shout out.
No, but at a certain point I had a beer, and I was like, I've only had like 2 beers. Why do I feel kind of nice? Like, what?
Feel nice?
It was weird.
It's called that dro in the wind.
Anyways, further to Greg's point about these kids and like just the different generation that we're in now. I was in line at the ATM machine, right? And this little girl, she could have been anywhere between 16 to 20 years old. I don't know, but she just looked like a little kid.
Yeah.
She taps me on the shoulder and she's like, excuse me, can I take a picture with you?
Wow.
And I'm like,
that's amazing.
Why do you want to take a picture with me? And she's like, I don't know. I just like taking pictures with random people.
Or and she just wants to translate that to, I want to piss my dad off really badly.
But I was just like,
that'd work for me.
No, I'm okay. Like, that's just weird. Like, who are these little kids like talking to grown men? Like, I'm a grown ass dude. Like,
you still got that baby face on.
You've got some features, man.
No.
You shaved that down.
I'm not saying that it was like that. No, you know what my thought was? No. I'm taking a 20. My point though is, we're taking a 20. My point though is that I went back to my boys and I'm telling them the story and I'm thinking, this is my initial thought. I'm like, this girl is from like fucking
Orno, Ontario,
Orangeville or something. Right? And
Shitsville.
I'm going to the Wiz Khalifa concert. There's going to be a lot of black people there. I don't know black people, but I'm going to take pictures of me with a black person to put on my Instagram page and tell all my friends, like, hey, I met black people. I was just like, what the fuck? Like,
that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Well,
like,
actually,
2014 is fucked. And I have a lot of these moments where it's like,
very easy for us to say. It's very easy for us to like look down the generation a little bit below us and be like, they're fucked up.
Yeah.
But they kind of are really fucked up. So like, I was in this presentation with this guy from Google, like a very smart mind, and he was at one of those Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer events, right? He was like one of those like epic ones that went back and forth that like everyone eventually gets on. And he talked about, I don't know if it was the U.S. Open or if it was some Wimbledon. I can't remember which one it was.
It was Wimbledon.
But he said when he was there, because he was there the entire day, his phone died. And he's like, I don't feel like I got the whole experience because my phone died and I couldn't share this experience with my friends.
That's lame.
And everyone was like, yeah, I know, that's true, that's right. And I'm just like, I couldn't disagree more. Like, that was the best thing that ever happened to you. Your phone dying. So like
you could focus.
And like this guy was a little bit older than us, but he was like one of those older than us guys that wears cons and stuff, right?
Yeah. Cons and Crocs.
So he's essentially a millennial. It's like clear glasses and stuff. Anyways, so
Fascio.
like the generation right below us, like they don't feel like they've experienced it unless they've shared it.
It didn't really happen unless it's on Instagram.
It didn't happen because it wasn't absorbed with their eyeballs.
Like the great words of Noah Finkelstein.
I'm going to start telling them to shut up a little more often.
It's called Twit Pick It or It Didn't Happen. That's what I was trying to like reference. Like that's why he feels like he missed out on the true experience because you could say you were there, but show me a picture and you don't have one. Someone's like, I call
those people, man. I paid for these tickets, man. I'll watch this shit. And fuck them.
But like, I just think how different things are, right? In terms of just the experience of, let's say, going to a club, right?
Ryan's angry.
No,
I'm not. I love you, bud.
Ryan's gonna punch Greg after.
But I'm saying the experience of going to a club. Like, think about when we were like 19, 20. We were going to these clubs where we're waiting for a hip hop set. We're waiting for to them not play techno or whatever or whatever music. We're waiting for like the 3 hip hop sets at this club might play for the entire night.
Yeah.
Now these kids, every single club is just all
trapped
hip hop,
out.
but even more than that, trap music.
Yeah.
Like, how weird is that? Like,
I think it's great.
I'm not complaining.
I think it's great.
But I'm like,
a trap's like my favorite music. So I'm good with that.
It's true. No, I find it awesome. But I just found it how crazy it is that I'm like, in 2014, think about how weird things are, right? And how, there's this thing how people always try to say when you make something negative or you make it bad, like it's in black or hip hop culture to flip it and turn it into something positive. Like that's people's excuse for using the N-word all the time or whatever. But like, think about it in this sense. There's a time where you try to go to a club and a dude looks at you and says, you can't come in, you're wearing Timbs. You can't come in, your jeans are too baggy. You can't come in because of whatever.
You're wearing a hat.
Basically, they're just telling you, like, we don't want black guys in our club. Yeah. Right? But that's just the way that they're telling you about that.
I smell a Minority Report coming on.
No, but I'm saying, like, what happened now, right? It's like, your jeans are too baggy. Okay, well, everyone flipped that now. Skinny jeans are in.
Skinny jeans.
Everyone rocks skinny jeans. All right.
Can't come in with your Timbs. Now girls of all walks of life are wearing Timbs.
So you can't come up with that excuse anymore. Like, everyone's wearing a fitted hat. Everyone's wearing snapbacks. Everyone's wearing... Like, it's just so funny how, like, our culture, especially in 2014, has changed, and like everything, there's some positives and there's some negatives. Because I was thinking, like, my initial thought, especially with that little girl, was like, I'm a good dude, so I was just like, nah, I'm good, I'm all right. But like, what happens to the other random dude that's just like, oh yeah, sure, hey, let's take a picture.
Greg,
how about we go to the...
come on. Yes, I would take the picture with her. Yes, I would.
Greg would selfie that shit first before she was like,
because I'm a kind gentleman, and as a visitor to this great city of Toronto,
it's my duty city of Toronto
as a Torontonian. If this little chick from 905 wants to take a picture with me, I'm going to let her take a picture with me.
She's probably a hard 705.
And then you know what happens after that? Greg's photo with this girl becomes like... You know how on Instagram they always take like random photos and it becomes like the meme for like the next like 3 weeks?
Oh, man.
Did you guys see that thing? Like, a couple weeks ago where it was like that Daquan shit?
No, I haven't.
You guys didn't see that?
But it sounds hella racist.
It's so racist. There's a huge thing on Instagram like 2 weeks ago where like it'd just be random pictures of like a white family, like a white girl and like her parents, and the meme would say like, Mom, I don't need to go to school. Daquan says I can go to the school of the hard knocks.
Oh my god.
It was just like stuff like that over and over.
It's not funny to me. It's not. it's really not.
But that's what I'm saying.
So bad.
But my point is, this picture that you take with this random girl could end up being just a Daquan joke. Like, I'm telling you, right now, if you're listening to this podcast, and I'm going to tell you guys to do this after, just Google search Daquan Instagram, and there will be enough. Like,
nice.
Like, my boy showed me this, and I'm like, this is why I'm not.
So, Shell, you think you're gonna end up on somebody's meme?
I didn't take the picture.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
you didn't take the picture. See, that's why he didn't take the picture.
I didn't take the picture.
What do you mean?
I didn't take the picture.
And that's the Toronto screw face coming back to all y'all out of town motherfuckers trying to come into our town, take our pictures, take my image and likeness. Fuck that! I don't know where you take this picture. Where you using this picture?
Because I'm like,
what are you gonna do? A little weird.
You put me on BuzzFeed or some shit.
Person. Yeah, I'm like, who is this random person? I'm gonna pose and take a picture with this.
Do you work
random
for thesis or some shit?
I'm gonna roll the dice.
I pay my taxes
here.
Okay.
Was she hot or not?
She's I looked at her as a little girl.
Was she hot or not? A little girl?
I looked at her as a little girl.
Yeah. So
that's how I looked
at her.
So it's not like.
He started out by this conversation by saying she's 16.
16 to
You're
20.
Like, is
yeah,
she
but
hot?
that tour couldn't have been an all ages tour, could it? Like,
it's the amphitheater.
I would assume that was a 19.
They were carding. No, they were carding for
beer.
The person beside me was carding for beer.
So
it had to be.
So you played it smart, young Skywalker.
You them?
No, there wasn't that much analysis.
Good buddy, yell them.
Okay, there wasn't. Okay, full disclosure, there was no analysis of when you see a girl and then you're like, is she young or not? There was no analysis of that. It was.
I just say.
This looks like a little girl.
Yeah. There's a child sitting beside me that wants to take a picture of me. Why? I don't know. Kids are fucked up these days. I don't know.
Exactly.
Maybe she was tripping on some Molly and was like, "Yo, I want to take a picture with you."
Yeah, and that's cool, but I don't want to be in that picture. Speaking of, a couple weeks ago, this is one story that I'm like, yo, I'm so glad I got to remember this when we do a podcast, and I forgot about it until this moment.
I'm going to have nightmares of that Daquan shit.
Hold on. So a couple weeks ago.
Greg is Daquan.
A couple weeks ago, I was with one of my friends, and he works at a bar in the city of Toronto. I'm not going to say where it is. I'm going to leave that part out. But anyways, so we were there, and hold on. Can you turn on that camera?
Let's take a break. Matt, do you want to take a break from the hands? You're going.
He's got a tail.
Okay,
got a yarn. Got a yarn to spin.
Spinning a yarn.
So I'm out on it was a random Tuesday night or something like that, and I met up with my buddy for drinks, and I met him at his bar that he works at, but he wasn't working that night. Mm-hmm. But a bunch of their staff who were also off happened to be on this patio as well. So there's a crowd there, whatever, a bunch of people having drinks. So me and him are at the bar talking, and this girl comes up, and he's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe this girl's actually out right now." And I'm like, "Why? What are you talking about?" He's like, "Just wait." And the girl comes up, and her lip looked like she never applied chapstick for like 3 straight winters.
No.
Like it was just like.
Why are you telling the story?
So hold on. So homegirl now, right? Homegirl goes to the dude tells me how, because he also works at a hospital. He's a nurse. So homegirl, he said how homegirl messaged him to be like, "Hey, can you get me a doctor's note so I don't have to go to work?" So he's like, "Yeah, I'll try to see if I can or whatever."
Illegal.
So now later on that night, well, that's why I'm not mentioning names.
Federal offense.
So later on that night, that's why he's like, "How am I seeing this girl out right now?" So I'm like just mesmerized by this like horror, like
horrifically chapped lip.
Yeah, I'm just like, what the fuck? But at the same time, I'm curious, right? And so homegirl's standing there, and dude's like, "What are you doing out right now?" She's like, "Oh, I know I didn't want to go out either, but." Whatever, Becky. I'm just making up some random name.
It's gotta be a Becky.
I'm just making up some random
Shout out
name.
Becky.
Wanted me to come out. She wanted me to come out, so I came with her. Whatever. Like I know I shouldn't have came, but whatever. We just came to this patio. Like nothing crazy. And I'm like, how did that happen?
Yeah.
Those are my. I couldn't like not. Like it was so crazy that you couldn't avoid it being the topic of the conversation. So I'm like, how did that happen? And she's like, this is how it comes full circle. She's like, oh, I was at this music festival. I don't know which one.
She ate too many drugs and chewed off her lip.
That's not my scene. I don't know. I don't know the festivals or whatever. She's like, oh, I was at whatever, say Digital Dreams. Cool. I don't know. She's like, I was at this place and like I made out with a bunch of girls and stuff and like it was going crazy. I'm like, how like fucked up were you on drugs? She's like, it was pretty fucked up. And she's like, I just made out with a bunch of girls and I don't know what happened. And I'm like, this is what you're admitting to a complete stranger that you did. So what did you actually do?
Hold on. Keep going. This
right? And I'm like,
I just need a minute.
I'm like, are you serious? She's like, yeah, I don't know. Like I just made out with a bunch of these girls and then like a couple days later, like shit started popping
So she
up.
like earned.
And I was like, I'm sitting there and I cannot stop staring at her lip, and it was honestly the most disgusting thing ever.
Or hived, or because
that's a great question. I don't know.
Because you can get a cold sore, but not the cold sore you're thinking of. Listen, by man, doing
it's
that.
It's not wintertime right now.
Wait a minute. It made
it seem chapped lips.
It made it seem like
she said
her
she was
bottom lip
out.
was like a fucking like air filter that you would put in your fucking
she
thing.
She said
like,
that she was making out with a bunch of girls, which means obviously you were making out with dudes and. Yeah, other things I'd assume.
Yeah, other things like, is how that happened. That can't just be a makeout, though.
But that's why I just mean this younger generation is fucked up.
Yeah, like, of course. They do the rainbow game in the 7th grade.
You had no shame that you're coming out and walking in public like that, and then just meeting me and openly having a discussion.
You know what that is,
about what the fuck happened.
You know what that is, though?
And my boy's like,
she's not from Toronto. That's it.
Could be another 705,
519, 1905, 905.
What was the 1010, 710 on this motherfucker?
That was the most
It sounds like
shit
she
I've
like
ever seen.
didn't need a doctor's note. She needed to visit the doctor.
She did.
That is a fact.
And Digital Dreams was weeks ago, so...
Oh my God.
No, but I'm saying this happened weeks ago. This happened.
Okay.
This happened weeks ago. This wasn't like last night.
I don't know,
This
man.
conversation happened like weeks ago. And I was just like, this is the nastiest shit.
I don't know why you
seen
told that, but
life.
between that and Daquan, I'm not going to sleep right tonight.
This young generation, man, it scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, of course. The world is doomed.
And after the fact, when I'm breaking this all down with my boy, because he was like, why were you talking to her for so long? I'm like, I was mesmerized by her nasty lip that I had to find out how the hell that happens and what mindset a person has to have to
tell
actually
the
leave
story
their
to a
house
stranger?
and then tell that story to a stranger.
Yeah.
I'm like, that girl's fucked.
She's
I'm like,
fucked.
the problem is, when that shit clears up, she's going to talk to some dude who's going to have no idea.
Couldn't she just put like some lipstick over it or something to cover that up?
Let me ask you a question. White girl, black girl, mixed girl, what is the deal?
We all know.
See, the thing is if the girl was any shader darker than, there was probably enough Vaseline in the house to fucking fix that shit.
Maybe not. I know white girls that use cocoa butter now.
Maybe you've been with them, that's why.
Of course.
Swish.
I'm offended.
That was good.
I am offended.
Take a time out.
Time out.
Sorry, Ryan. I mean, I know you.
I didn't answer the question though.
On blast. My whip drop like bitches' asses. Cargo, ready to package. Paid up. I see haters watching, so fucking turn it up. Let these bitches drop it. My whip drop like bitches' asses. Cargo.